Hello students, welcome back from spring break. We hope that you found time to relax, do something interesting, and spend some time with the people you love. Before we get into this week's module, you should know that I've posted a midterm survey to receive feedback on our course. While typical end of the semester evaluations are useful, midterm surveys are even better because we can take your suggestions and implement them now. Also, I've designed this survey so that your name is not attached to the responses. That way you can feel free to speak your mind, and I encourage you to do so. Okay, now on to Module 8, Week 8. This week, we are studying our second of 8 diversity issues, specifically ethnicity. We will look at the relationship between ethnicity and design. Ethnicity focuses on similarities between people, such as common language, homeland, customs, religion, and cultural heritage. It can be based on shared social experiences, such as eating, dancing, and dressing. Ethnicity often is an inherited status that's based on the society in which one lives or one comes from. It follows then that the design of our environments cannot help but have ethnic content. Let's use Buffalo as our example. How are the Irish neighborhoods different from the Polish neighborhoods, different from the Vietnamese neighborhoods, different from the Lebanese neighborhoods, different from the Somali neighborhoods, different from the Indian neighborhoods? Each of these places has a special character that reflects the ethnicities of the residents. One of the complex issues here is how to determine the right balance between keeping ethnic character and encouraging diversity in our environments. The materials for this week start with general background information on ethnicity and then move to communication design, architecture, urban planning and design, and landscape architecture. We'll start with 3 videos that will take you less than an hour to view. The first one explains the differences between race and ethnicity. The second gives you a quick overview of the way that the U.S. grew from 1850 onward. It is fascinating to see the immigration patterns and how they have changed over the years. The next video blends the 2 previous videos with an example that shows us what ethnicity means and why it is so complex. Then we'll start in on our readings. The first article is on ethnicity and communication design. The author contrasts early ethnic marketing, which attempted to sell Americanized products to recent arrivals, with the post-1960s emphasis on differences. The second reading from our book tells the story of 2 Japanese American architects who were assigned the task of designing internment camps for Japanese Americans during World War II. What an ethical dilemma. The third piece, also from our book, addresses ethnicity and landscape design. The authors discuss how underrepresented ethnic communities are revealed through the landscape. In addition, they discuss the methods that landscape architects use to go about uncovering these types of histories. And finally, given that there is so much press on this topic these days, we are going to read a short newspaper piece on ethnic branding of sports teams. The history of this topic is quite interesting, and clearly many of you have opinions on this topic when I think about some discussion groups we've had in the past. Of course, then after all of the activities, you will, as usual, take the quiz and then embark on the discussion group. And I might add that last week's discussion group was particularly rich, and I want to thank you for that. If you need a break, check out the Something Interesting category, and note that this week there are 2 parts rather than just 1. When you are out and about this week, look at the physical environment. Where do you see traces of ethnicity? And what is your attitude about these traces? Do you think it's kitschy, traditional, nostalgic, exotic, beautiful, well-crafted, charming. Your attitudes and those of other young people thought about as a collective can actually determine whether these elements of ethnicity stay or go. Okay, that's it for your introduction to the week. Enjoy your week, do something fun, and take a look at these early first buds of spring. Bye-bye, everyone.